This video is to describe and outline the framing project. The framing project is going to give you an opportunity to use the information that you learned in Chapter 2 and to really experience it. It's a pretty simple project and straightforward. It's a total of 12 photos that I want you to make. So these are 12 photos you're going to shoot and then you're going to upload to Blackboard. And I'll talk a little bit about the details of how you're going to do those things. But first I want to talk about the assignment itself. There are 3 parts, and they cover the 3 general areas that I covered in Chapter 2, in the Chapter 2 lecture. The first part is 7 photos. I need you to shoot 1 photo illustrating each of the 7 shot sizes. So if you look on page 30 of Making Media, you'll see the graphic there that illustrates the ECU, the extreme close-up, the CU, the close-up, the MCU, the medium close-up, the MS, the medium shot, the MLS, the medium long shot, the LS, the long shot, and the WS, the wide shot. So I want you to illustrate these by actually reproducing your own shots that handle those shot sizes. Try and be careful to make sure that you follow the guidelines of what each shot includes or excludes. Another thing that I'm looking for in these 7 shots is to make sure you understand the proper location for the eyes in the frame. So remember to be very careful about that, to generally keeping the eyes at about the one third down from the top of the frame. So none of this kind of shooting or anything, none of that kind of framing. So that's the first part of the assignment, 3 parts. This is the 7 shots. And I would recommend use the same person. To do this, you're going to have to shoot a person. So you're going to have to get somebody other than yourself to. And use that same person. You can use it in the same location even to illustrate these and reproduce these 7 shots. The second part is that I want you to illustrate and to demonstrate the rule of thirds. So again, I want you to shoot in this case, I want you to shoot 1 person and 1 object. So there's 1 photo of a person and 1 photo of an object, and then 1 photo of a scene, a landscape, a cityscape, that kind of thing. And I want you to illustrate the rule of thirds with each of these shots. So these are 3 shots, a person, an object, and a landscape. And you can use whatever particular rule of thirds intersection points that you want to illustrate, your choice. And third, part 3, is that I want you to illustrate these 2 other principles, the principles of look room and lead room. And this you're going to have to do use a human. I would recommend you use a person. So 1 shot of a person demonstrating look room and 1 shot of a person demonstrating lead room. So these are all pretty simple things. Now regarding the mechanics of how you're going to do this, I am not going to determine what camera you use because everybody's going to have a different way of shooting. Many of you might have access to a digital camera, a good one or a modest one. That's great. If you can do that, then you'll take those photos and you're going to upload them to Blackboard. Everything is uploaded to Blackboard. If you're shooting with a camera phone, a phone that's in your camera, you're going to have to find a way of getting those photos out of your camera and into a computer. So again, you can upload those photos up to Blackboard. And if you're using a laptop, which is maybe possible, the problem is when you're using a laptop to shoot wide shots and so on, can be kind of difficult. But if you've got a good battery, you can even take your laptop outside and hold it up and use it like a big old-fashioned heavy camera. You could do that. All of these photos, all 12 photos, you have to upload, and you're going to upload them to a blog. I've created a blog. Each person has their own blog. I've created a blog and it's got the name Framing Assignment. And that's where you're going to upload your photos to. That's going to make it possible for me to grade your photos, to view them and grade them. And it's going to make it possible for other people as well to view them, which is a good thing. The deadline is Friday night and at midnight, Friday night, midnight. So I recommend that you get started on them soon and get them finished. And that's about it. Good luck on shooting this, and I hope you have a good experience practicing what we learned about framing.